All right, welcome ladies and gentlemen to the Report Quick Start Guide. By now I'm sure you've all set up some daily, weekly, and monthly reports in your Dotcom-Monitor account. I'm going to show you how to pull some reports on the fly here. So if we get into our device, we can select the Actions button and go to Report. From here, we're going to have the ability to put in different monitoring locations, filters, schedules, select a start date and an end date that we want to use for the monitoring. Now on the left-hand side here, what you'll see is that criteria we just selected. We're also going to have a kind of a quick brief summary here. It gives us the number of successes, failures, average response times, etc. And on the right-hand side here, we'll see a number of different charts and things that we can select. You will notice that we do have a handful of errors here, all of them coming from China. In my opinion, it looks like it's the Great Firewall of China issue happening. But what I really want to show you guys is some of our online performance reports here. So if we just select on this this little chart here, this little bar graph, this is going to pull up some detailed performance reports, and I think that these are really beneficial to anybody that has interest in figuring out site latency and some of those issues. So if we go to the first tab here, this is just a summary tab. This is going to give us an idea of how many objects are on the page, how long does it take for it to load, and really just kind of give us a kind of a high level overview of all of those different things that we'd see on the page. The second chart down here, we're going to see this kind of broken down in the different times itself, times for DNS, connection, SSL times, etc. Like I said, you can just kind of see a very quick overview here to get a glimpse of where is this latency coming from. The next tab is going to be a performance tab. The top part here is going to show us the 10% of our fastest elements on the page, and more importantly, in my opinion, the 10% of the slowest elements. So what we can do here is we can very quickly ascertain which elements are causing us the biggest latency. We can see here, well, this particular piece of JavaScript is really slowing us down, and from this page alone, we can click on that element, we can find the body of the JavaScript and get it cleaned up just really quickly. This tab here is probably the most important in my opinion. This is the waterfall chart. So what this is going to do is going to give us a detailed analysis of every single element on the page itself. Now, what I recorded here was a every step script, so you'll see that there's many different steps here, but within each of those steps, or unique URLs, you will see every single element broken down on this page. And then we'll go even further. We'll break that down to say how fast was the DNS time, the SSL time, etc. I mean, we can get really granular with this data, and I think that's super important. The next tab here is going to be the host tab. Now this is great if you have like a third-party CDN, third-party hosting company, that type of thing. What we can do there is just kind of dig in and see, okay, we are having latency, but where is it coming from? Is it coming from our servers? Is it coming from our CDN servers, etc.? And then we can pull up just kind of a recent log here. This recent log is going to look a lot like that first chart, response time. Just give us a quick breakdown on all of the monitoring from all of the locations. And here we have the first of its kind video capture. This is really great because underneath the video you can see here that we have the waterfall chart, and it plays at the same time that the video itself is playing. So it's going to give us a whole lot of overview here and a lot of granular data. So if there is an issue, we can see it happen at the same time. Great part about these reports, they're all shareable. We can send them in a link, we can download them, we can email them, etc. If you have any other questions regarding reports, because this is really just the tip of the iceberg, make sure you reach out to your account manager.